Hello and happy Monday. It's going to be a great Monday. It's going to be a great day and a great week. It's getting warm outside. So, uh, yeah, I feel good. I hope y'all feel good too. Um, Today's devotional is called Back to Jesus. Um, and you can never go wrong with talking about Jesus. I feel sometimes we need to go back to the basics and just making sure that our foundation is solid. And our foundation as believers, as disciples and followers of Christ is Jesus. And the scripture that I wanted to come from is Matthew 11 and verse 28. It says, "Come unto me, all ye labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And the second part of the next scripture says, "Learn of me." Learn of me. Like basically, listen to my teachings. Jesus is telling the disciples and the people who are listening, hey, follow my teachings. Learn what I am saying. Listen to me. Understand what I am saying. I'm giving you the keys to life. So back to Jesus. As I studied this scripture, I really realized that the meat of this scripture is actually talking about our souls. And it's talking about how we try to do different things. It may appear like we're doing them on the surface level, but we go through life trying to satisfy and find peace in our souls. Does that make sense? And Jesus is the only one who can truly satisfy the soul of a man or a woman. Sometimes we try to satisfy our souls through relationships. Some of us through church, serving in ministry. It makes us feel good about ourselves. But at the end of the day, there's still a hunger and a thirst for the soul that nothing else, no matter how hard you try, can really satisfy it. We can try to satisfy it with money. We can try to satisfy it with feeling good about ourselves, by losing weight, by taking care of ourselves. Some of us through sex, through drugs, through crazy living, whatever. But there's something in the soul. My God, there's something in the soul that only Jesus can satisfy. He's speaking to the people in the scripture. He said, you guys are doing all these rituals with your religion. You Pharisees, you have all these rituals that you're trying to do to make a connection between you and God on the soul level. But I, Jesus, am the only one who can satisfy that. He said this in the scripture, and I feel like he's still saying that to us today, that, hey, come to me, you who are heavy laden. That means those you are toiling, you're working, there's something in me that just isn't, there's a part of me that just not satisfied, or I'm worn out all the time. And it could show up in your physical body. You're always fatigued. You're always searching for the next high. You're always going after the next great big thing. Or you're always on this trainer. You're always trying to get affirmation from this person. That's called a hunger for the soul. We think it's something on the surface, but it's something deeper. There's something deep on the inside of us that is searching for peace that only Jesus can provide. Even in the world, even to the unbeliever that may be searching. Listen, Jesus is the answer. Just straight up. He is the only one, because he's the one that created your soul. So he's the only one that can satisfy it. The scripture says, "Come to me, all who are heavy laden." You mean if you're just burdened down, if you just feel heavy, if you feel like you're not yourself, if you find yourself slipping into things that that don't align with your values, if you find your mind slipping, if you find that your nervous system is letting you know, hey, something isn't right, you're burdened down, heavy laden, you're working extremely hard trying to satisfy. Like Jared, there's just a piece of me that just feels insecure. Like there's something missing in my life. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden. And this is Jesus' response. He said, I'll give you rest. that peace, that wisdom that you need, that love that you need, that calmness that you need, that ease, that flow, that breath, that salvation, that deliverance. Jesus is saying, come to me, come to me, come into relationship with me, come into covenant with me. And what does that look like, Jared? Because you're speaking metaphorically. It means, number one, accepting his life. Accepting the life that Jesus lived. He was a perfect man. He was the perfect sacrifice for your sin. He died on the cross to cover your sin, to seal your eternity. That's what it means. I accept the life of Jesus. I accept the sacrifice of Jesus. Not only do I accept it, I accept his teachings. His teachings when he said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. When he says, I come that you may have life more abundantly. When he said, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, whosoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. When you accept that, that's you coming to him. So I just want to challenge you. Ask you this question. What's stopping you from truly coming to him? And when I say coming to him, I'm not talking about a one time, but I'm talking about daily. What's stopping me from wholeheartedly coming to Jesus? Is it because I think I know what's best for me? Is it because he's not going to give me what I think I want? Is he going to mess up my little hustle? Is he not going to be able to satisfy my flesh? Or do I not believe? Do I believe that he's going to let me down? That he's not going to come through? Or have I grown impatient? I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about me. Ask yourself, what keeps me from coming? What keeps me from coming to him daily? And the thing is, he doesn't want you to come perfect. He just wants you to come. Sidebar, as the church, how many times have we gotten in the way from people coming to Christ because we wanted them to come a certain way? We wanted them to come clean. We wanted them to come together, put together. We wanted them to come straight. Okay, let's wrap it up. Come. He's full of life. He's full of joy. He's full of mercy. He's full of grace. He's full of love. As the old saints used to say, whatever you need, God has it. And in this scripture, it tells us that we can exchange our burdens. We can exchange the longing in our souls. We can exchange our brokenness, our disappointment, our grief for his rest, for his ease, for his answers, for his security. And it takes faith to believe it, yes, but we have the answer. We have the solution. And in the end, everything is going to be all right because we have him. Because we have Jesus, we cannot lose. Because we have Jesus, we're taken care of. He says, I will take care of you. So be encouraged to just come to him. Come to him when you're grieving. Come to him when you're confused. Come to him just daily to seek him. Just because. Just come to him daily. Just as you would talk to a regular person, have conversation with him. Get in his word. Ask questions. Don't make it religious. Don't make it churchy. Don't just do it on Sundays. But every day, just come to him. Just like I'm talking to this camera. Talk to God. All right? God bless.